Hi everyone, welcome to the Millionaire Mindset channel. Today I'd like to discuss with you how can we have a fat bank account for 2020. I call the year of 2020 the year of perfect vision because this year I want it to be better for you and for me than last year. So let's get with the question, how do we get a fatter bank account? One of the things I want you to realize when you're thinking about your money and to think about how much more money that you want for this year is, realize this. The government, the federal government, the IRS, will take approximately 31% of your payroll, meaning that 31% of your taxable income will go to the IRS, most times before you even see your check. So now if the IRS or the government is getting their fair share, where is your fair share? This is where 2020 really kicks in for you. I want you to start paying yourself 10%. Because if you can pay them 31%, why can't you pay yourself 10%? It's written in the Bible that, you should tithe 10%. Well, why can't you pay yourself 10%? Man, it is so important. If you're going to have a fatter bank account, then you got to implement some things that are going to be profitable for you. It's unfair to yourself, to you, your family, to your loved ones, to your significant others, that you are not paying yourself first. When you get your check, before you decide on anything else, make sure you put 10% of your check away for yourself. Now, here's how you do that. The IRS, again, is paying themselves 31% of your money, correct? Correct. Now, here's how you do the 10%. Before you make any expenditures, if you're making $500 a week, then you want to put up 10% of that, which would be approximately $50. If you make $1,000 a week, you want to take 10% of that, meaning that you're going to set aside $100 in an account for you each and every time you get paid. This is going to get your account fatter. Whether you're having it in the stock market or whether you put it in an account at the bank, you need to pay yourself. And let this be an automatic deduction just like the IRS. That's what you need to do. It is so important. So the very first thing that you need to realize in trying to get a fatter account is that the IRS is going to take approximately 31% of your money. So if they're taking 31%, you should pay yourself 10%. It's as simple as that. And the next thing that we want to do is control our expenditures, meaning that this is the golden rule. This is how people getting rich. I'm telling you, you need to listen to me on this one. This is the second part here. The thing that you need to realize most is that you're always going to have more desires than you have money. You're going to want more things than you actually can afford. So you need to realize and say to yourself, you know what? I can't buy every single thing under the sun. So what you to do is you are to select a few items that you want for 2020. Focus on those and then ascertain those goals. Ascertain those things that you really, really want. But here's my golden rule. Here's the rule that or the commandment rather, that you shall not break. You shall not spend more than 90% of your taxable income. In other words, don't go, if you're making $50,000 a year, don't go, well, I want a new car, I want a new house, I want a new apartment, I want a luxury townhouse. Don't go past the 90% because now you're cutting into your financial future. And that's not fair to you. It's not fair to your loved ones. It's not fair to your kids. It's not fair to your wife. It's not fair to your husband. You focus on some things that you do want and you can't afford, but make sure those things don't go over the 90%. Because if you do, then that's going to eat into your 10%. And never, ever, 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 while you're trying to build wealth, go into the money in which you've saved for yourself. Because that's going to push back when you can retire or when you'll be financially free. These steps are so important. You must do that. Now, the third thing is in getting a fatter bank account for 2020 is to do this. This is very important now. Listen to me carefully. You must write down a budget. You got to find out where your money is going. It's that simple. You write down how much you make on one side of the paper, on a sheet of paper, and then on the other side of the sheet of paper, you need to write down every single bill that you have. You can't do anything about lights, gas, water, and rent or either mortgage. I understand that, and I am in an agreement with you. Can't do really that much about those things. However, you need to know where the money is being spent. Here's an example, or here's a way you should look at it. Think of it like this. A budget is like light shining in a dark cave on a rainy day. You're going to know exactly where the leaks are. That's what a budget is all about, man. You got to find out where your money is going and be able to tell your money where to go rather than at the end of the day saying, where did my money go? You want to be able to look in your wallet and say, okay, I already know I have $100 in my wallet. Not saying I thought I had $100 in my wallet. It is so significant for you to do this. Listen, in the middle of this, I want to share with you, please subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up on this YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'm putting out fresh material for you to become rich each and every week. I'm doing this, man. You got to learn from somebody that has a little something. And I have learned from millionaires, multiple millionaires, guys that had $20 million or more, sat down and taught me these principles that I'm going to be teaching you each and every week. So let me do a quick recap. The first thing you want to realize is that the government is going to take 31% of your money, whether you like it or not. That's just the deal that we have. The second thing that you must realize and must do is pay yourself 10%. You have to do that. If you're going to give the government 31% of every dollar that you make, where's your money? Where's your money for your pocket? Where's your money to get that fat bank account? You got to do that. And the next thing that I want you to do is to control your expenses, meaning that you always are going to have more desires than you have money. Oh, I want $1 million house. Oh, I want a Range Rover. Oh, I want a Ferrari. I want a Rolls Royce. You know, you're always going to want these desires. You're always going to have desires. You were built that way. You were made that way. But you have to realize that you're always going to have more desires than you have money. Pick out a few things that you have desires. Buy those. Listen, I'm not the one that's going to tell you stop drinking Starbucks coffee to save money. I don't believe in that. I believe in enjoying yourself along the way as you live. But now the next thing, again, you want to get to is having a budget. You got to do a budget because you got to find out where your money is going. I know it's tough. I know nobody likes to hear the word budget, but if you do it, you're going to be better for it. Tune in each week. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up. I love you guys. I am Malcolm Jackson for the Millionaire Mindset Channel. God bless you.